Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the South Louisiana Saints Dynasty here on Maximum Football on the PS5. We are out here. We have been dominant in our first 2 weeks. Didn't allow a touchdown against Iowa Capital. Didn't allow a touchdown against Winston-Salem. And now we look to continue that streak on the defensive side of the football as we take on the Richmond Tigers from the Atlantic Shore Conference. They are currently at the very bottom. They have not been doing very good so far this season. They're 1-1, but they have the worst offense so far in the entire conference. So that should bode well for us because our defense is pretty darn good as of right now. Hopefully we can live up to what we've been doing over these first couple weeks of the season. So we take care of recruiting going into this week, and we managed to secure yet another prospect. This time we did manage to sign 3-star defensive lineman Mitch Taola. He is 6 foot, 296 pounds. He is someone that may overestimate his agility a little bit, but he is graded as an A- prospect. He will be a very good player for us moving forward. The 275th ranked prospect in this recruiting class. He's going to be a big boost to our defensive line. We also got a couple of recruiting battles brewing. We have Curtis Rivera, the 4-star linebacker from Channelview, Texas. We're in a battle between us and Okangon. They have also offered a scholarship. It's a coin flip between us and them. And then in our ongoing battle for Cameron Prouty, we did draw even with Palm Beach, so it's a coin flip between those two. Detroit State did also offer a scholarship as well, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Hopefully we can keep him in state. He could be our starting quarterback of the future. But with the recruiting out of the way and all the talk out of the way, let's go ahead and see if we can continue our winning streak that we have going from last season. If you're enjoying this content, by the way, make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe as well if you happen to be brand new to the channel. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take on these Richmond Tigers on the road. See if we can earn that top 25 ranking we just received. Let's get it. Alright, man, so we end up winning the coin toss, and we let them have the chance to go ahead and get this football early, see what they got, give them a chance to maybe get something going, make it a little bit interesting for us, because the first 2 games that we played, we have been absolutely electric. No one's been able to hang with us 4 quarters so far, but hey, look at Richmond, man. First play of the game to get themselves a first down, but we're going to make sure that they don't end up getting a second down themselves, as Waller's going to drop back, throw it over the right-hand side, and we just stone-cold Austin gone into the ground, man. Let's go, baby. I love to see that. We get that stop on defense early on, and now our running game's going to start cooking. You got to let Matt Looney cook at the end of the day, man. Get into the outside. He's already at the 45-yard line. If they can't stop this rushing attack, you already know it's going to be barbecue chicken. Here is Looney misses a tackle in the backfield, doing a nice job of just avoiding some defenders and gets across for another first down himself. But eventually, we got to pass this football too. We got to be able to do that, and we will do exactly that. Get it out to our tight end, Julian Ross. Julian Ross going to go ahead and pick himself a first down as well. That's going to get us into the red zone, but some penalties and some sacks that we had gonna put us in a tough spot here, though. 3rd and 20, gonna try to throw it downfield, trying to force it out to Watson, but it's going to be intercepted, though. And man, it was a promising drive for us to say the least, but we end up turning this football over, though. That's just so sloppy play, man. We should have had at least a field goal on that drive. We fumbled the bag there, as Richmond will end up going ahead, getting the ball back. But we're going to get ourselves the ball again as Gerald Perry forces the fumble. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to take right back over. And we start in Richmond territory as well. But it looks like they're starting to try to load up this box on us a little bit here. I think it is time for us to go ahead and pass this football. as they do send the blitz, but we got a guy open. It's Jake Michaels. He's moving downfield. He's going to get across the 25-yard line, the true freshman, with his actually his second catch of the day. That one went for your nice little chunk of yards, as now we'll hand it off to George Niang. He hasn't gotten as many carries as he has last year, but he is still a pretty effective running back for us. Matt Looney just takes us to a whole nother level, though, as Looney, speaking of which, going to get another huge gaping hole right up the middle. Fantastic job by our offensive line creating that hole for us. And we'll just go ahead and reward Matt Looney with a touchdown on the ground, and we're going to go ahead, strike first here. So we are going to be up 7-0 here. So we're off to a much better start now. First drive was a little iffy, but that being said, we do get that turnover. We turn that into points. We're going to be up 7-0 because of it. As Lawrence, he's actually going to try to test us deep downfield, but we get another turnover. Oh, if Ramsey was able to get away from that last guy. He had space on the outside. But we still get the turnover. Second turnover forced on the day. And another turnover for our offense to work with. And Matt Looney gonna get loose. Is he gonna get to the outside? Yes, he will. Look at Matt Looney go. Take it into the end zone, big fella. Touchdown, South Louisiana. And the lead continues to grow. Certainly looking like the number 23 team in the nation. At the very least, we should be ranked higher if we're being honest the way we're playing right now. But you know what? That's okay. We're gonna make them make sure they put some respect on our name, as that's another turnover. It hasn't even been a whole quarter of football yet, and we have forced 3 turnovers already. This defense certainly came to play, and our offense, they're taking advantage of the mistakes, man. 14 points off of turnovers already. We'll see if we can make it 21. Well, this third and 10 is going to make things a little bit interesting, though, as we face the blitz. We get it out just in time, and Julian Ross gets himself into the end zone. Another touchdown for South Louisiana. So 3 turnovers forced, and 3 touchdowns come off of those turnovers. That's how you play complimentary football. Now, we got the Richmond Tigers in a really tough spot. 21-0. As now they try to get themselves back into this game. They're not going to abandon that running game. It's not late enough to abandon anything, and I like that they're still going with the run game personally. But man, we're looking good on defense early. We'll see if we can keep it going, though, as Lawler, he's actually going to try to run for it. He actually gets to the outside. Lawrence sort of had contained. He was supposed to be playing in zone, but we could not react low enough, unfortunately. That's going to be a first down for the Tigers. Is now 3rd and 5 coming up here. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to go and see if we can stop Lawler. He wants to throw to the left-hand side, and he does get it to him, but Gerald Perry forces him out of bounds, and they decide to punt this football away, giving us the football back. It ends up, they do pin us kind of deep, but I'm not necessarily worried about that right now. We got plenty of time to work with right now. 3 minutes left to play. It's now 3rd and 10 coming up. Anderson going to look to the left-hand side. Gets it out to Jake Michaels. Almost made a man miss, but he is going to at least be brought down at about midfield. It's his 4th catch of the day. Already was 62 yards in this one. We don't even pass the football all that much. Jake Michaels doing a lot of work at wide receiver in this rush-heavy attack. Is now 2nd and 1 coming up. Going to look to get it to Matt Looney once again. He's been borderline unstoppable. You could see why, continuing to get a bunch of yardage on the ground for us. Another first down. As Matt Looney has 11 yards per carry in this game. That is absolutely insane, especially when you get runs like this. Just having people fall all over each other. It's not a good look for this defense right now, man. We're up 28-0 already. In Richmond, they desperately need a touchdown. We'll see if they can actually accomplish that with 2 minutes left here in this first half. as Waller will drop back. He's looking around. He's going to try to, try to get out of the pocket. He actually does and gets a good chunk of yardage too before sliding down at about the 46-yard line. I don't think they actually ran any plays on our side of the field yet today. That's been the crazy part. Well, and it looks like we're going to try to see that still remains a thing as Waller facing some more pressure. Gets it out to control, but he is not even close to that first down marker. So we call our first timeout of this first half. Make sure we get the ball here. And we got 1:07 left here in the first half. Wanted to go downfield, but we're going to drop it off to Willie Robertson. And he gets us across midfield for a first down. South Louisiana Saints are certainly cooking right now. And we got 2nd and 14 coming up. Anderson dropping back, facing some pressure, trying to get over the middle, and finds Jake Michaels down the middle. Touchdown, Saints. How about that throw by Damian Anderson? Able to get it to him, even though he was facing some pressure. And oh my goodness gracious, this has been an absolute rout so far. Up 35-0. We're not even done with the first half yet, and it might get even worse. We force yet another turnover, the 4th one of the game for us. And we have a shot here to add even more points onto the board. We at least have a couple more shots here, I would imagine. Damian Anderson going to run out of bounds. We should have at least one more play here. But look what ends up happening. There was time that was still being ran off the clock, even though we ran out of bounds. I am hoping that Maximum Football does fix that for the next installment. So we will have to settle for a field goal. No fault of our own. We should have had a chance to at least get one more play before we had to settle for a field goal. But hey, not that big of a deal though. We're still up like 38-0 right now. And since we did decide to defer to the second half, we get the ball to start this thing too. So you could imagine the Richmond Tigers, even though they're here at home, man, they are straight up not having a good time. If you want to know what Vanderbilt is feeling like right now, this is basically what it is in a nutshell, except in their own conference. As look at this run down the sideline, Tyler Tucker making guys miss, and we're just going to go ahead and put on the backups. We're up 45-0 now. Good opportunity to get some guys in. Make sure our starters don't get hurt, all that good stuff, And we end up winning this game 69. Nice. 2 only allowing 12 points. They did get a couple of garbage time scores, but they went for 2-point conversions. That didn't necessarily work out. And listen, this rushing attack, electric. 416 yards on the ground, and passing attack was doing its thing too. Less than 50% completion percentage, but 256 yards passing from Damian Anderson. He got some touchdowns as well. We like to see it. And we won the time possession battles. That's also a good thing as well. Richmond, we held them to under 300 yards total on the day. Most of those were after we went ahead and put basically our backups in. But yo, I might go ahead and do a second game in this episode because I want to see if we can replicate that, because I have never played a game this good in Maximum Football, that's for sure. And I love how we were able to play in this game. So while we are experiencing quite a bit of success on the field, we are also getting some great news off of it as well. 4-star offensive lineman Frank Gilbert is going to sign with the South Louisiana Saints. The 4-star prospect is a 6'4", 335-pound behemoth, and we are so excited to have him on the squad. Our second top 100 prospect. You absolutely love to see it, and it's just so amazing to see not only recruiting pick up, but also our abilities on the field pick up as well. We're off to an amazing start. So even though we blew out Richmond by 50+ points, we only move up 5 spots in the top 25. We're now ranked number 18 in the nation. We still need to go out there and prove people wrong, it seems like. Trying to put some respect on our names. We do see another top 25 team in our conference as well, the Dayton Medieval, who was pretty close to making it to the conference championship last season. So they're now in the top 25. They check in at 25th in the nation. As the Orlando Swarm as well, man. They're 29th in the country right now, 3-0-2. They're pretty close. So National Athletic Conference, they're on a little bit of the upswing, man, and I love to see it. Let's see if we can continue our great work and see if we can replicate what we just did in that Richmond game as well. Go to 4-0 in non-conference play. Let's get it. So it will certainly be really interesting to see how this game ends up turning out, because we actually played these guys last year as we end up with another turnover forced. Oh my goodness. This defense, man, is absolutely elite, and we already have run the best rushing attack in the country, and Matt Looney making them pay for it right from the get-go. We get a touchdown on the second play of the game, man. But this defense, it came to play in this episode, man. That is the 5th turnover in this episode. They certainly know a thing or two about forcing the offense to make some mistakes. Although Rocky Mountain, man, these guys, they're looking to fight back a little bit as Webster is trying to get a little bit of a drive going. They do what Richmond essentially failed to do when the game actually mattered. They actually go ahead and get across the 50-yard line. So, good for them. They're able to at least get a little bit of a drive going, but we do at least get them to a 3rd and long. They try to throw it up the middle, and there's just nothing there, man. We do a fantastic job of reacting to the football. We're going to force them to take this field goal attempt. It's a decently long field goal. We're talking about a 47-yarder. This is no easy feat for a college kicker, but he sinks it through, gets the 3 points. So Rocky Mountain making things a little bit interesting to say the least. We're only up 7-3 at this point, as it looks like Rocky Mountain is also keying in on our rushing attack, as Anderson dropping back, going to try to throw it to the left-hand side. He's got a man and finds Willie Robertson down the field. What a perfect throw by Damian Anderson. Get it right where his receiver can make a play, and it leads to another touchdown for us. We are now up 14-3. As Rocky Mountain's going to have its hands full, I'm sure what they're trying to do and what they kind of did in their last drive. They want to hold on to this football as long as possible, because you can see we can score really quickly if we wanted to go about doing that. But that being said, 1st down for the Bucks gets them into South Louisiana territory once again, as it goes to the left-hand side to get it out to Breeze out on the perimeter, and he does some good work. Ends up picking up some good yards, picks up 18 on that one, and now they're on the edge of field goal range. Webster throwing to the right, finds his tight end once again. And it's another 1st down. And matter of fact, it is a goal line situation here. They score on this drive, it would be just a 4-point game. As Webster in the shotgun, he's actually going to hand it off to Garrard, but he fumbles the football though. And Carter gets his hands on the ball. What a crucial mistake for that tailback. You absolutely hate to see it. They had a chance to, keep things close, but now it's still a 2-possession game, and we got the football back. We have a real opportunity to pull away here early in this game, as we got a bunch set. Anderson dropping back. He's looking down the middle of the field. He's got a man, and he finds Tyler Tucker one-on-one, and it's an easy foot race that Tyler Tucker wins. No match. Touchdown Saints. Let's go, baby. You love to see it. 21-3 after just 1 quarter of football. We're not even done with the 1st quarter now that I think about it, as Webster will throw to the right-hand side and gets it out to Parker. And Rocky Mountain, they're actually getting yards on us. We're bending, but we're not breaking whatsoever. We're still doing a good job forcing turnovers, as Webster on a 2nd and 5 going to go ahead and scramble once again and gets into South Louisiana territory for the first down. There's a couple plays later now. We got a 2nd and 6. Webster will look to throw again. Gets it out to Carter as well. And we try to get that ball loose. We try to break it up, but Carter had some pretty sure hands on that one to get another first down for him. As Webster drops back, looking, going to go ahead and run with the football. Can IT Thomas make a play? No, but one of our other defensive backs do end up forcing him down, though. But the Bucks are back in the red zone. We'll see if they have a better result this time around as they end up getting a touchdown. And IT Thomas is going to be called for pass interference as well. I don't know what that pass interference was all about, but not that it matters. They still end up getting a touchdown anyways, man. So we get up our first touchdown of this episode, or at least our first touchdown when it actually matters. We'll see if we can come back with a score of our own. Tyler Tucker, he's a pretty good return man, and you can see why. He's got that foot speed that is just simply hard to keep up. Tyler Tucker, have yourself a day, my man. 2nd touchdown of the day, his first one for special teams, and the senior makes it 28-10 as we continue to pull ourselves away a little bit more now as we hold an 18-point lead. And we have the ball as well here early in the 2nd quarter as Damian going to throw it over the middle, gets it out to Jake Michaels, who does get across that first down marker. It's a really good gain on the play as we'll try to throw again. This time a 5-wide set. Anderson looking around, trying to get it over the middle, finds the senior wide receiver, who ends up fumbling the football. That is an absolute shame right there, because we had ourselves a really nice drive going down. But unfortunately, we're going to make mistakes too. You know, we're not the highest rated team still, even though we've been executing our offense extremely well. That being said, getting it out to Prevost as he takes it down the right-hand side, and it's going to be good for a first down. Rocky Mountain Bucks, man, they're going to be on the move as it's still an 18-point game as Webster under center, making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. A big 3rd down coming up for them as Webster looking to try to run, and look who comes in there. Dylan Moore blows up that play. Nice job on containment, gives us the football right back with 2 minutes left to play as well here in this first half as Anderson, we're going to try to throw it over the middle. It's a little bit underthrown, but Willie Robertson does a really good job of making an adjustment on the football. And now we go ahead, 2nd and 4. We hand it off to Matt Looney, who gets us that first down as well. But look at this as well. Rocky Mountain calls a timeout there. I said it before, and I'll probably keep saying it again. They need to work on the logic for how like the CPU uses timeouts. It does not make any sense to use a timeout right there, but I digress anyways, as Anderson will go ahead, run out of bounds, pick up a first down here. But now they're out of timeout, so we won't get that kind of love again. We're going to have to throw this football a little bit more, and we certainly will. We find Tyler Tucker once again, who's just going off in this game. He has more points than the entire Rocky Mountain team. Let that sink in for a split second. And that's going to put us up by 25 points in this ball game. And we even get the ball to start the second half. So they got to go ahead. They got to bring this football over to us real quick, because for some reason there's no such thing as onside kicks. I hope that's included in the game as well. Tyler Tucker, though, he's turned this into a foot race. He could go all the way as well, but gets caught from behind. Wow. He actually got caught there. Probably just ran out of gas there at the end. But we still have amazing field position to work with here. And we're looking to take advantage. Get it to our tight end. He gets us across the 15-yard line. We're already in the red zone. As now, few plays later, dealing with a 3rd and 10. Got to try to throw it towards the end zone, essentially. As we drop back, Anderson has to dodge pressure. He's looking, throws at the last second, finds Davy Smalls, who's been a forgotten man, but He still gets his shot every once in a while and makes the most of it. Touchdown, Saints! And it's a 42-10 affair as we continue to try to pull away here, but got to give credit to this Rocky Mountain squad, man. They are certainly not giving up right now. That's a first down for them. They get us into South Louisiana territory again. As Webster will drop back here on a 2nd and 10. Trying to throw it in triple coverage, but somehow finding a way to go ahead and coming down with that. That is a great job. Remaining concentrated on that play. That is an insane catch. And it helps the Rocky Mountain get into the red zone, where they pull just a few yards away here from potentially getting their 2nd touchdown of this game. We'll see if they can punch it in, though. 3rd and goal coming up. They're in a bunch set, or at least initially. They are going to change things up here at the line of scrimmage, though, as Webster drops back, throws over the middle, gets it to Nix. It's a nice little effort, but they will not reach the goal line, and look at this. They are actually going to settle for a field goal. And my thing is, why? It really doesn't change much of anything. You're still going to be down by 4 possessions anyways. You have nothing to lose. You might as well be aggressive. Like, it's not going to really hurt you that much more. But I guess they will get 3 more points on the board, so I guess that's really nice for them. As we'll go ahead, we'll get to work here once again as we see some serious movement over here. Getting it out the left-hand side. Is Tyler Tucker going to return it back? No. But gets it across the 45-yard line, though. We're getting some great returns today. Even though we're not necessarily returning all of them, we're getting some nice returns for sure. And it's setting our offense really well. Like, the offense already doing some really good work, just doing a great job of executing the offense. But when your defense can give you great field position, and so can your special teams unit as well, that's just a nice little, icing on the cake. I love to see stuff like that. As we'll run again with Matt Looney. He slices and dices across the 10-yard line for a first down. So just a few yards away. And honestly, if I punch it in the end zone right here, right now, probably going to go ahead and put the backups in again. And we will go ahead and do exactly that. Another touchdown for South Louisiana, courtesy of Damian Anderson. And we win big once again. We end up winning this thing by a final score of 63-19. We did not run the ball as much as we did in that Richmond game, but passing-wise, though, 8 for 16, 251 yards. We was doing a decent job passing the football, and that's the biggest difference between year 1 and year 2. We actually do a decent job of passing the football this year. It's not the best offense in the world still, but that being said, though, we are at least, being a little bit more efficient, being honest on the offensive side of the ball. But Rocky Mountain, they did a good job throwing the ball, though. 23 for 41, 352 yards. They just couldn't execute when it really mattered the most in the red zone. Those multiple turnovers don't help. And because of all that, we are going to go 4-0 in non-conference play. Still being undefeated still gives us a little bit of a glimmer of hope in terms of making it to even something even bigger than our National Conference Championship. I want to go to the college football playoff. We'll see if we'll be the first group of 5 team to do just that. So thanks to the blowout that we did have against Rocky Mountain, we beat them 2 times in a row. We beat them in year 1 and we beat them in this episode. We will enter National Athletic Conference play 4-0. We are still undefeated to this point. We are now the 15th ranked team in the nation because of it. But we can't continue to look ahead. We got the Greenville Jaguars. And last year, this was a team that may have not made it to a bowl game, but they pulled the upset on us last season at their home turf, and we're on the road once again to play these guys. Should be a good one. So if you enjoyed the content in today's video, make sure you go ahead and do me a favor. Smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe as well if you have to be brand new to the channel. This is John J. Gaming on the mic signing off. I'm hoping you're all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.